Hi there, it's Andy here from Northwest Sabers up in Preston. I've just received two Proto Duel boards from Andros at Protowerkstatt. I'll add the link to the website below once I've finished the video. I've been looking forward to seeing these boards because they're marketed as plug and play, so there's no setup required, nor available actually. They're a set software. You can change the fonts via USB, but that's about it. There's two variants. Let's grab these out of here. Both are pretty well identical, apart from, and I had to email Andros about this, but there is a white spot on one of the chips. That indicates it's the pixel variety. This first review is going to be of the RGB variant, and to that end I've already prepared one of the Saber's flagship range. It's the brass one, which I think, as you will agree, is a beautiful hilt. I've prepared it with an RGB near pixel. We've got an 18650 protected lithium-ion battery, 20mm speaker, and a charging point. The charging point isn't strictly necessary because you can charge the battery through the board using its USB connection. Note this video isn't going to be an instructional video, so you're not going to see soldering and close-ups of what's going on there, but I'm going to take it in stages, and after each stage I'll make any notes necessary about what I felt about that particular stage. So, to that end, the first stage is going to be preparing the board. I'm going to tin the contact points, attach the remote USB connection. I'll get on with it now and come back when I've finished that with any notes. What I am going to do is, if I can just move on to here, I'm going to have although it's not going to be in real time, I am going to time the event for no other reason than interest, just to see how long it takes me to get from board in the bag to an installed and working board on the hilt. So I'm going to kick off now and start the timer. This will be running in the background from now. So I shall close off now and be back once I've got this finished. See you soon. Right, that's the first session out of the way. I've soldered up the remote USB connection. Something I'm very pleased with seeing is that the connections on the board are actually the same orientation as the connections on the USB. So there's a first tick point. The speaker connections are next to the USB, and this being at the back of the board is ideal for certainly the chassis I've got here with the speaker at the back. Means there's no cables having to drag along the board. It's going to be clear. At the front of the board, we've got the speaker connections, which again, speaker. What am I talking about? The switch connections, which again, because the switch is at the front, ideal placings for it. The three LEDs RGB with its positive connection, and then the battery positive and negative. I think the orientation of these solder points is absolutely ideal. I do like the idea that that there's a second positive connection rather than doubling up on, as we normally have to do with the RGB LEDs. The positive connection normally has to get doubled up with the battery positive connection, so we end up with a big blob. In this case, we've got a single wire going to its own dedicated positive point, and altogether, certainly first experience, extremely good. So I'm going to move on now and prepare the chassis, which we have here. It's our own Northwest Sabers printed chassis. We've got 20mm speaker, charge point, and the wires here coming from here are the RGB LEDs. The two white ones are the switch, and then we've got the positive from the LED, positive from the battery, and the negative from the charge point. So this next stage should be fairly straightforward. I'm going to clip the wires down, get them attached to the board, and to tell you the truth, that may well be it. But let's see how we get on. So I shall be back soon. Well, here we are at the 41.5 minutes point, and all the connections are made, and well, there's nothing more for it but to take the kill key out and see if it actually works. This is genuinely the first time the kill key's come out, so for better or worse, here goes. Well, we've got some sound, that's a good start. Now, let's have a look. We'll push the button once. Oh, and we have a red LED going on. We can't really get much better than that. That's working straight out the box. So, there'll be another video going through all of the functionality of the board, but from what I can see, it works out the box exactly as expected, and well, less than an hour from taking it out the package to finishing the installation. So I'll see you again very soon with a full it's got a really nice swing going on there, with a full review of the actual board in action. So thank you very much for listening at the moment, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now. Right, I've had a coffee and a bit of a play with the hilt now, and thought I'd give you a little summary. First of all, you can't beat it. At the price point, the logical layout of all the soldering points, the ease of installation, and the fact that it works straight out of the box. I've not seen anything like it. It's a really good competitor to Nano Biscotti, in fact better because it's got the 3 LSs. Altogether a very, very good card. We're looking at the configuration menu, very easy to go through. We push the activation button for a long time. First thing is you can choose between the sound fonts. Once you've chosen the sound fonts, you can scroll through them with a single button. There's 2 sound fonts installed as standard. But once you've chosen your sound font, you then give it a smack, and then you've got the main colour. At the moment I've set this for an orange, but if you want to scroll through again, there's a preset colours. We've gone to a green there, for instance. Once you've happy with the main colour, give it another smack. Clash colour. Okay, I'm going to keep that on blue, but in the same way as the main colour, scroll through just by pressing the activation button, and when you're happy with it, give it a smack. I'm going to keep it awake, so I don't really want it to go to sleep at the moment, so we'll go next. Volume. You start very quiet, and as you go up, you can hear the volume increase. When it gets to the top volume, it gives another kind of squeak. So, okay, we're good with that. And we're back to sound font. So, to escape the menu, long hold, and we're off again. Now to start the actual activation, short button, and we've got the colour we set. Can't fault it. It just works. There's no 2 ways about it. It's not a fancy thing with lots of flashing lights and accent LEDs, but for a dueling or a simple hilt like this, it's exactly what I'd want. So thank you very much, Andros. It's a fabulous thing, and I look forward to the next review, which I'll be doing NeoPixel Blade. Well, we'll see you again very soon. Take care now.